From the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
After 8 days without power and its summer bread and butter of tourists, the southern Outer Banks is back in business. The losses are tremendous, but visitors and locals look ahead to what's expected to be a wonderful weekend. Good evening. The outage is over, but unfortunately, the economic damage is done from that big power outage. But arms are wide open once again to welcome visitors back across the Bonner Bridge to Hatteras and Ocracoke Islands. And those visitors will be back in full force. Long lines of cars waiting for a weekend or maybe a full week of vacation to the Barrier Islands. After 8 days of waiting, business owners are ready to serve up what the Outer Banks does best. 10 Your Side's Jason Marks is in Dare County to continue our coverage.
Well, we had a chance to talk with visitors this morning. There was so much uncertainty when they would be allowed to get back on the Hatteras and Ocracoke Islands. Some from very far away told me they simply rolled the dice hoping that they would be allowed as soon as they got here. Excited might be the word of the day.
We're super excited.
It's exciting.
I'm very excited.
It's been a week since anybody smiled around the Bonner Bridge. That has all changed.
We're pretty happy. If we didn't get the all clear that it was going to be open today, we may not have actually come. But
a parking lot of eager visitors from all over the country.
Yeah, we love it down there, so the further away from commercial, the better.
They are ready either to start or resume their vacations.
So we're very excited to get back in, get a few days of fishing. We'll take what we can get.
There's that word again, excited. Excited to have the power back on after a week of working around the clock. It went off after construction crews hit an underground power cable at the Bonner Bridge. The all clear was given late yesterday.
We got in the car about 4 o'clock this morning. It's like a 6-hour ride, so but we love the island and love the people, so.
And the island has been missing them.
Definitely been slow, been a little hard on the pocketbook.
At Hatteras Jackson Rodanthe, a different word, same reaction.
I'm super stoked. Yeah, super pocketbook's real happy about it. But yeah, it's we're real happy they got it done so quickly. You know, weeks they did a good job on it.
The islands are now back open for business and back open to relaxation.
Very excited. Very excited. Yeah.
And we won't know the impact of last week's blackout for some time to come. Obviously, though, business owners are looking just to get back on track for the rest of the summer. That's the latest here in Dare County. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
But there are still loose ends to tie up with the aftermath of the outage. Now, a class action lawsuit, among others, against the company that accidentally cut the line during work on the Bonner Bridge. A Dare County spokeswoman believes Hatteras businesses lost $2 million each day they were in the dark. A meeting today also tallied losses for businesses on Ocracoke. Some 50,000 tourists had to leave at the power outage, some of them spending thousands of dollars for vacations. You can see all of our coverage of the Outer Banks power outage and what's next in the recovery efforts right now on WAVY.com. And the big question, will people on the Outer Banks have good weather? As we take a live look at Hatteras, we're going to check in with our chief meteorologist, Don Slater, about the weekend. We all want to know if any rain's headed our way.
I think we're going to be just fine as far as rainfall. Now, the only thing flying the ointment is coming up on Sunday during the day. The sea might perk up a little bit, so there could be some minor rip currents. We'll watch out for that. Here's what's going on right now throughout the area. Super Dopper 10 Live, we did have some rainfall over the past 3 hours up to the present time. Did have a couple of sprinkles just move on through mainly the south side. They appeared and disappeared very, very quickly, and it was sunshine for a lot of us while this rainfall just came down real quickly and it was gone out of some of these clouds, which kind of setting up where we are and where we've been. You can see 1, 2, 3 heat waves, a mini heat wave into the month of July, and then things settle down into some cooler weather. Well, today we're pretty close to average, right at average. 72 this morning, 87 for a high this afternoon. There's sunrise and sunset. Rainfall, nah, not really. And temperatures yesterday, we were 4 degrees above average, average being 87 degrees, as we showed you. Today, we were right at average so far. And then tomorrow, the average is 86 degrees as we start working our way into autumn. So you can see, again, it'll be a little bit above average, then below average coming up by Sunday, below average for Monday as well. How about rain, too? Not real likely. We'll tell you when we are going to see some rainfall. Then we'll be with the full forecast in just a few minutes.
Have that WAVY weather app loaded on your phone for the latest conditions all weekend long. Now, a story you will see and hear only on 10. Chilling calls to 911 after a double homicide. The suspect remains on the run 5 days later. 67-year-old Jesse Barnes and his daughter, 29-year-old Patricia Joseph, were killed last Sunday night. This happened on York River Lane in Newport News. And tonight, you hear what dispatchers heard during these terrifying moments and learn new details about the suspect's criminal past. Brandy Cummings is in the newsroom now with exclusive information tonight. Brandy?
Tom, you can hear the anguish of the man who made the call. The 10 minutes he spent on the phone with dispatchers gives a glimpse of just how horrific the tragedy. A warning now, these details may be disturbing for some viewers.
I have no idea. I didn't see him. He knocked on the door, and then he started shooting before the door even opened.
A terrifying moment.
My girlfriend's ex-boyfriend came in with a gun, shot everybody.
Made more clear through a newly released 911 call.
I understand. I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay?
Okay. She goes, oh my God.
The man on the phone, not identified by name in the redacted recording released by Newport News Police, describes what happened at a home on York River Lane Sunday around 6 p.m.
Well, at first, you hear her knocking on the door. She looked out the window. She's like, oh my God. But then next, shots fired, went through the glass. It hit her once, and she goes, oh my God. She shot me, and she started coming towards the door a little bit more, and he shot through the door like 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
And then I ran to the bedroom.
The caller explains how he narrowly escaped being a victim.
I saw his foot step in the bedroom, but he looked around and didn't see me.
The man ran out and hid behind the home until police arrived, but not before hearing this conversation between a child and the suspect.
And I could hear, did you kill mommy? Did you kill mommy? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? And I can hear him going, it's okay. And like I said, I think I heard the car. I think I heard a car go, kind of drive off.
2 children later found inside the home were unharmed, but police said 29-year-old Patricia Joseph and her father, 67-year-old Jesse Barnes, were shot and killed. Amos Arroyo, the man police say is responsible, is still on the run. And 10 on your side did some digging. Amos Arroyo was charged with abduction and assault and battery in 2009. Those charges were dismissed 2 years later. If you've seen him recently, call police. Tom?
Some incredible audio there. Thank you, Brandy Cummings, live in the newsroom. Virginia Beach police now call a death investigation this week on Sutter Street in Windsor Oaks, a murder-suicide. The bodies of a man and woman were found inside a home Wednesday morning. Police have not identified the people who died, only saying this was domestic in nature. Beach police are also looking into a late-night double shooting that happened around 10 o'clock last night on Sweetwood Court in Kempsville. 2 men were taken to the hospital for gunshot wounds. They are expected to survive. Detectives do not have suspect information. Chopper 10 shows the reason why a major road in Suffolk remains closed tonight. Police say a tractor-trailer hit a train trestle on Holland Road just before noon. The driver did stay on the scene. No one was hurt, but Holland Road will stay closed until at least tomorrow afternoon, so Norfolk Southern can expect and work on the trestle. And a Chesapeake drugstore has a big cleanup this weekend. 10 on your side at Lawrence Pharmacy on George Washington Highway this afternoon, where an SUV backed into that building around noon. Paramedics took the driver to the hospital for treatment. No one inside the store, though, was hurt. Still to come on WAVY News 10 at 6, this is the weekend to save money. We'll show you where the tax man will not hit you up for the next couple of days. Plus,
he went over there for conflict, thinking he was coming back, and never did.
Not for nearly 70 years, now finally closure for a war hero and his local family. Deanna LeBlanc has their emotional story. In sports, a local football great is getting ready to shine at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And there may be a shower here and there this weekend, but when? Don's forecast as we continue this Friday night.
Crab fishing is vital to our region, but the crab population has been decimated.
When you were younger, you see a lot more crabs out there? Oh, yes.
10 on your side examines the impacts on local watermen and what's being done to protect from harvesting trouble. Monday at 6.
Clear the Shelters is happening right now. Join WAVY TV 10 for this nationwide pet adoption event. Together, let's clear the shelters. Sponsored by Priority Automotive and Steel.
Get excited, seafood fans. Now at Captain D's, choose from 5 irresistible seafood meals starting at $4.99. Like our new crispy flounder meal, hand-breaded with crispy breadcrumbs. For big deals and full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
Willis Furniture is now 125 years old, and we think it's time for a facelift. So we've called in the experts. Here's the look we're going for. To help make this happen, we need to clear out some furniture. For our anniversary facelift sale, you'll find everything marked down up to and over 50% off. Choose from living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, drastically reduced to make room for our big remodel. It's the 125th anniversary facelift sale at Willis Furniture, just east of Town Center on Virginia Beach Boulevard.
Welcome, everyone, to Not Yet Corvette Club. Last time we met...
Guys, this is my Uncle David. He got me into Corvettes.
Wow, now these are the hands of a Corvette driver.
A Corvette Stingray plus $100,000. The Virginia Lottery's Corvette and Cash Scratcher.
Oh.
Get excited, seafood fans. Now at Captain D's, choose from 5 irresistible seafood meals starting at $4.99. Like our new crispy flounder meal, hand-breaded with crispy breadcrumbs. For big deals and full meals starting at $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Michael & Son. From the station on your side, you're watching WAVY News 10 at 6.
Shop till you drop this weekend. That's because there's no sales tax on a lot of items kids will need to head back to school. It's going on and lasts until Sunday. All qualified school supplies that are $20 or less per item are eligible. That includes notebooks, binders, pens, pencils. You can also buy clothing and shoes. Those have to cost $100 or less per item. People who work at the stores across the area are expecting a busy weekend.
Busy on tax-free weekend. With the deals and the tax-free, it really drives a lot of people out into the stores. We've got a lot of great deals, not only for back to school, but for parents, teachers, and for our small business customers.
School supplies aren't the only things you can buy tax-free. Hurricane and emergency preparedness items. They include gas-powered chainsaws and portable generators. For that full list of items, we have it all for you on WAVY.com. Next at 6, closure finally comes. Coming up, a local family prepares to bury a loved one after years of mystery a half-world away. And the station on your side is here 7 days a week to get your morning started. Catch WAVY News 10 today every Saturday and Sunday morning beginning at 6 a.m.
WAVY News 10 at 6 p.m., your #1 evening news source.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
I've been caring for people my whole adult life. I couldn't think of doing anything else. Since I joined the Visiting Angels team, I've found a compassionate group of professionals that have become more like a family than just an employer. I love the opportunity to care for my seniors, and the Visiting Angels team gives the support that both families and caregivers rely on.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
David Long, wanted for selling jewelry at a steal. $500,000 in inventory must go. Engagement rings, diamonds, color stones, pearls. Take 30% off Omega watches during the wanted sale through August 12th. You belong at Long Jewelers.
Pick up your Super Doc 10 Hurricane Ready Guide today.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment is the #1 selling brand in America. And the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Right now, get the new BGA 45 battery-powered blower for just $129.95. Plus, get the popular FS56 RCE trimmer with easy-to-start technology for $199.95. Pick your power. Then pick up a Steel. Visit SteelDealers.com.
From the station on your side, you're watching WAVY News 10 at 6.
We are back now with closure, more than 65 years in the making for a local family. They've wondered all this time what happened to their loved one in the Korean conflict. Sergeant Willie Rowe, just 22 years old, disappeared in 1950 during an offensive against the North Koreans. Just this year, Rowe's remains were finally identified, and now they'll get the chance to say goodbye. And your side's Deanna LeBlanc is here with the final farewell for Sergeant Rowe.
And Tom, this has been an exhaustive process by one very determined family. They wanted to give their matriarch, their grandmother, closure that her baby boy would one day be coming home. Their search started in 1994, and it will finally end next Tuesday.
22-year-old Willie Rowe joined the Army after he couldn't find work on the peninsula after high school. In 1950, his nephew Charles McKellar, then just 5 years old, remembers seeing him off.
I remember him getting in the taxi cab, and my grandmother took me out there, and he said, "Buddy, you take care of Grandmama."
Just a few months later, McKellar's grandmother, Rowe's mother, received a telegram from the Army. Quote, "Your son has been missing in action since November." 4 years later, this letter came from the War Department.
Mr. and Mrs. George B. Rowe.
The Army now classified Rowe as dead.
January the 20th, 1951 is the date of death.
They say he died of pneumonia and starvation in a prison camp.
He went over there for conflict, thinking he was coming back, and never did.
But his body was never found, so his mother kept hope her baby boy would one day come home.
She would sit there and look out the window and wonder where her son is.
23 years ago, Yvonne Perry's daughter began her quest for information, but it wasn't until 2005 archaeologists uncovered American remains in a North Korean ditch. Just this year, the family got word DNA samples they provided matched 3 bones. They finally fulfilled that promise 5-year-old McKellar made to his uncle to take care of his grandmother.
That she never gave up hope. And by finding the remains, I know she's just praising God in heaven that he's there.
And it was really the persistence of Rowe's family that got them those answers. They're now encouraging families of the more than 7,000 Americans from the Korean War who have still not been identified to keep pushing for answers. The Rowes say they're out there. Now, Rowe, by the way, will be buried at Arlington National Cemetery on Tuesday. I'm Deanna LeBlanc, 10 on your side.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
We're just going to take a quick look at what's going on in the tropics. They're out there. There are 2 tropical lows that are out there. One, I'm not concerned about it at all. The one that's closer, southwest of Puerto Rico right now. And the other one we really want to watch. Want to watch what goes on with this one. It's way, way out off into the Atlantic. This is where the big ones are born. They develop off the coast of Africa. A little bit of a punch of thunderstorms off the coast of Africa, and then they start developing. Well, here's where the forecast models are taking it on toward about Puerto Rico by Wednesday at 6 6 o'clock in the evening. And this one is not likely to do much of anything as it moves on through the Western Caribbean and toward the Gulf of Mexico. And for the rest of our story, how about our weekend? I want to show you what's going on with that. It's going to be a warmer and then a cooler weekend. You see a cool front off into here. It's got some rain with it, but chances are things will dry up before they get here in terms of any chance of rainfall for the day tomorrow. We had a couple of sprinkles over the south side. They were there and gone during the earlier part of the afternoon, but rain chances for tomorrow are pretty much the same, there and gone during the middle part of the day for tomorrow. 7 o'clock in the evening. Right now it's 85. It'll be around 83 an hour from now. 7 o'clock in the morning, very, very warm. 75, 78 degrees quite likely. So a real warm start to the day with some cloud cover through the area. Watch for any rain. Well, here's the cool front. You see the wind shift line right through here. It's not going to cool things off that dramatically at all at first. There'll be a stray shower or thunder shower during the afternoon, but not that awfully much. And temperatures won't cool down right away either. The humidity will start to drop by later on in the afternoon, but it'll still be around 86, 87 degrees during the middle of the afternoon for tomorrow. Now, after that, we'll start to see the humidity drop overnight and temperatures drop as well. It'll drop to about 60 inland. We're at 72, 73 near the coastline by Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. There's that northeast breeze holding the temperature up near the water's edge. And during the day, into the mid-80s, quite likely for the afternoon on Sunday. There's where we are by the end of the day, Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Now, we go from there into Monday morning. Something's coming back at us. That front that dropped on through is likely to return northward and give us a very good chance of rain for the day on Monday. Much of the day, it's going to be raining quite likely on Monday. There's where we are by Tuesday morning. And Tuesday during the day, I think it'll come to an end by the end of the day. Wednesday, slight chance of rainfall, and then we get into Thursday. It's going to rain again, quite likely for the day on Thursday. Monday and then Thursday are our best chances of rainfall coming up in our 7-day forecast. For right now, here's what we've got going on. 81, 85, 87 degrees. Temperatures mostly into the mid-80s right now throughout most of the area. Skies partly cloudy. Dew points are up. They're going to stay up until that cool front comes dropping through in the middle of the day for tomorrow, and then they'll drop back down closer to 60. And that's drier air for later in the day tomorrow and then into the day on Sunday. So 87, 82 on Sunday, 83 on Monday. Good chance of rain. Another big chance of rain next Thursday.
Big news tonight for you Steelers fans. It involves head coach Mike Tomlin. And an emotional weekend ahead for Hampton Roads football star Kenny Easley. We'll hear from him as he prepares for his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame tomorrow. Coming up next on the Sports Wrap.
A lot in college, like how to carry 4 plates in 2 hands, how to properly serve a beer. And I learned how to park large cars in small spaces. You see, I worked my way through college and started 3 small businesses. I know about working hard to get ahead, but today, too many Virginians are working hard and feeling stuck. I know we can do better, and as governor, I'll make sure we do.
Save 5 event is on now. Mix and match favorites like Kroger cheese, Doritos chips, and more.
Summer blowout at American Freight Queen and king size pillow top mattress sets from only $99 each piece. Sofa and love seat sets from $298. Recliners from $198. Huge sectionals plus 3-piece table set or matching ottoman only $698. Free layaway, same day delivery. Hurry in. Ends August 31st at American Freight in Norfolk at 6359 East Virginia Beach Boulevard, Newport News, Jefferson Avenue, just south of the Patrick Henry Mall. Phone 461-4111.
Keep your hair strong against hot styling tools with Pantene 3-Minute Miracle Daily Conditioner. A super concentrated Pro V formula makes hair stronger in just 3 minutes. So it's smoother every day. Because strong is beautiful.
When you've got nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Here's Pepto-Bismol. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach,
It's time for another Virginia tax-free weekend. Virginia's declared Energy Star appliances tax-free this weekend. Well, East Coast has declared all appliances tax-free. All brands, GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Electrolux, Bosch, Samsung, Maytag, all appliances tax-free. Refrigerators, washers and dryers, electrics and gas ranges. You name it, it's tax-free. The best appliances in Virginia, all tax-free. Don't miss this money-saving weekend at East Coast Appliances.
Ken Easley is one of the greatest football players ever to come out of Hampton Roads. He did it all in high school, college, and the NFL, but tomorrow afternoon he expects to encounter one of the most emotional moments of his life. I'm Bruce Rader. Kenny Easley from Oscar Smith High School in Chesapeake, the first player in Virginia history to both pass and rush for 1,000 yards in a season. And along with the likes of Kareem, Jackie Robinson, Bill Walton, and Arthur Ashe, is one of the most decorated athletes in UCLA history. Tomorrow, the former Seattle Seahawk will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. In 1984, for example, the Seahawks' amazing defensive back led the NFL with 10 interceptions and returned punts in his spare time. Focused and intense. It took 20 years for Easley to get his due. He will be only the 8th safety in history to be enshrined in the Hall, and he is soaking up every minute.
If I had gone in the Hall of Fame in 1997, when I was first nominated, I know that I wouldn't have the respect for this moment that I have for it now. And that's a good thing, because I am eternally grateful, and I'm immensely grateful for the senior committee taking a new look at the work that I did in the 80s and placed me in the Hall of Fame 20 years after that was all done. That's remarkable.
I think it's remarkable that I covered him when he was in high school. You can see the ceremony and hear Kenny's speech tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on the NFL Network. You know, one of the reasons the Pittsburgh Steelers are so consistently good year after year is that they get an outstanding head coach and don't let him get away. Well, today, Art Rooney II gave Mike Tomlin a 2-year contract extension that will keep the Newport News native in Pittsburgh for at least the next 4 seasons. Tomlin, who still comes back home every year to help with the Hampton Roads Youth Foundation football camp in Hampton, will keep his place among the NFL's highest paid coaches. We think he was making about $7 million a year under his old contract, and most likely he got a little raise this time around. I hope so. He's been head coach of the Steelers now for the past 10 years. Finally, last night here on the Sports Wrap, we visited with the Redskins' top draft pick, Jonathan Allen. Tonight at 10:45 on the Fox 43 Sports Wrap, we're going to meet Allen's Alabama teammate Ryan Anderson. Redskins coach Jay Gruden hopes that the soft-spoken Anderson earns a spot in the team's pass rushing rotation. The second-round pick says his practices at Alabama, were tougher than the ones that he's been a part of in Richmond. We'll find out. We'll hear from him coming up tonight at 10:45 on the Fox 43 Sports Wrap, and I'll see you guys back here at 11, and we'll have much more with Kenny Easley. What a great honor.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It certainly is, and a nice forecast.
Yeah,
too.
nice forecast for the weekend. Warm tomorrow and a little cooler, drier by Sunday.
We'll see you back here at 11.